beautiful, sunny California, Anaheim, Natural Products Expo West 2025. I'm Bryce Wylde.
And I'm Brent Bishop.
And we're coming to you live here from the show this week. A huge show, for 100,000 expected in attendance, all about natural health products, food and beverage. I am really excited to investigate trends around immunity. I'm also going to be looking at the seed oil controversy, products that have bad oils in them. And last but not least, my focus is on pre and probiotics. It's trending forever, but I got to look more into this.
Definitely trending. Well, for me, I'm zoning in on cellular mitochondrial energy solutions, GLP-1 breakthroughs, and
That's
of course,
a huge topic.
Stress-busting solutions. We all need that.
All need more of the stress-busting solutions. How about that app?
And this Beacon app makes it so simple that I don't have to go through thousands and thousands of companies. I can just plug my criteria that are important to me.
Right.
Boom, there you go.
Okay, well, let's check out what we're going to find. You don't want to miss it. Every year at Expo West, I search for the most cutting-edge science-backed innovations in natural health. These are products that are just trendy. They're transformative. And when it comes to immune health and longevity, one brand has made my best in show this year. This is something truly next level. Big Bold Health's Himalayan Tartary Buckwheat, or HTB. Now let's be clear, this has nothing to do with buckwheat. But on that note, it's also gluten-free. HTB is a nutrient powerhouse loaded with over 130 phytochemicals like quercetin, rutin, and fisetin, all compounds that science shows are critical for immune rejuvenation and longevity. This is where we flip the script on immune health. We're not talking about boosting immunity, we're talking about balancing it and rejuvenating it. That's the Big Bold Health difference. And let's not forget, this is the brainchild of none other than Dr. Jeffrey Bland, the father of functional medicine. Lots of research shows that HTB supports immune resilience at the cellular level, helping your body adapt, recover, and function like it did in your younger years. It's really easy to take in capsule form. In fact, their Immune Rejuvenate product showed a 47% reduction in the rate of immune cell aging. But HTB isn't just a supplement. It's also a food. You can bake with it and you can enjoy it in your smoothies as a powder by using the HTB sprout powder. This is functional food at its finest. Big Bold Health is changing the game for immune longevity, and I'm all in. If you haven't tried HTB yet, now's the time. You heard it here first.
So I'm here at Expo West 2025. I'm in search for my best of show once again, and I'm having an issue with finding products that surround sleep and stress reduction, and just finding science-backed products that really have the science behind them. So I'm here anyway with Jeff and Pelin from Radicle Science, both co-founders of Radicle Science. What should I be looking for, and why is it so difficult? There's so many products out there.
It's pretty uncommon for brands to have their own science on their own product. And so brands that do, that is instantly puts them in honestly like the 99th percentile in terms of having science. I want to make sure that data was published in a quality journal, that as a consumer, those are just some of the things you can look for that make it more likely that an ingredient actually has good science behind it. And for consumers who want to learn more, they can also read about the fake scientific paper crisis that's happening. It's literally what it's being called.
I'm a big believer in precision, in personalizing your approach when it comes to fitness and health and wellness. How do you do that, and what kind of parameters are we looking at in terms of categories?
Leveraging AI on this, we don't even have to think about single dimensions such as age and gender, but we can really look at, really higher pixelation, understand multiple facets of a person. We get to see them. See a woman over 40 drinking lots of coffee, exercising X amount of time. So you're able to understand how a product may work for that persona and maybe not as much for another type of persona. This can inform both R&D to actually create better, more targeted products, but even more immediately, it can actually really inform our marketing. So we can market to those people who are more likely to benefit, and perhaps avoid those people who are less likely to benefit and maybe not leave the best review. Why are we all expecting the same pill to work the same for all of us? It does not. So in addition to our clinical trials, which are very large and diverse, now we're enabling brands to be able to engage their existing consumers post-purchase to be able to actually show them how their products are working for their unique bodies. And we believe that product's going to make a massive difference and really increase the trust between brands and consumers.
It's a way for the first time ever to capture all of this real-world data that's being generated every single day and just evaporating into thin air. Every time a consumer is taking a wellness product, so for the first time ever, we're capturing that data for the benefit of the consumer. We're giving them their data back that we capture in Journey, we're giving it back to the brands so they can make better products, they can understand how to message their products better, and it's good for society and science as well, as we just more broadly understand what these products can really do and begin to elevate the wellness industry and make it a even player in the entire broader kind of healthcare landscape.
You heard it from the best right here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it.
One of the biggest conversations happening right now is about seed oils, and for a good reason. Seed oils like soybean, corn, and canola are everywhere in processed foods, and they're linked to inflammation, also metabolic dysfunction, and even cognitive decline. These oils are heavily refined, they oxidize easily, and they can throw our omega-3 to omega-6 ratios off in a very bad way. I'm actually standing here with none other than Liana Werner-Gray, author of Cancer-Free Food. What did you talk about? You were like a trendsetter early days about good and bad oils in this book as it pertains to not just preventing cancer, but keeping healthy.
Yeah, I mean, I was telling people for the last 16 years, do not eat seed oils because of the omega-6 ratio and because of the process, they're toxic. And canola oil is does not come from nature. It doesn't come from God, it comes from man.
True.
They actually created canola oil, fun fact, to fuel the machinery during the war.
Good for machines, not for the human body.
So they've done a lot of studies now, even CNN, that young people are dying of bowel cancer from seed oils. It wreaks havoc on the gut and also the brain. It's linked to dementia, Alzheimer's. It's just common sense. It's a no-brainer. Just want to avoid it and stick to eating nourishing, healthy oils that are high in omega-3s and oils that are going to protect your brain. But also, I just want to add about the beef tallow.
Yeah. Oh,
yes. Okay, so beef tallow is trending, right? Which is a good thing, except, and they're actually selling beef tallow that's not 100% beef tallow. And it has BHT, which is a preservative that is linked to cancer and infertility.
My God, so what are we to do?
And ADHD. So when you're at a restaurant, you need to ask, is it 100% pure beef tallow, or are there other ingredients? And by law, they have to disclose all the ingredients in the beef tallow. So there's a whole list online of companies that are not using pure beef tallow. You probably want to assume that most people are not using 100% beef tallow, unfortunately.
My best in show, Liana Werner-Gray. Do I get to keep the book?
Of course,
Thank
signed
you
copy.
so much. All right, guys, check her out. Cancer-Free Foods.
When it comes to health and longevity, everyone's looking for an edge. That's exactly where Akkermansia comes in. We used to think probiotics were just about digestion, but science has evolved. Akkermansia is redefining gut health, playing a crucial role in metabolism, immune regulation, and even brain function. What makes it a game changer? Well, it stimulates GLP-1, a key hormone for blood sugar and appetite regulation, strengthens the gut lining, and helps modulate inflammation. But here's the real difference. Nugensia delivers live, stable Akkermansia in a way that truly impacts health. At Vidya, they've taken this cutting-edge research and made it practical. So if you're serious about optimizing longevity, Vidya's Akkermansia is a game-changing probiotic you need to know.
Okay, I told you we talked to you all about trends. We're here with Hana McLane from Spate. Hana, start us off by telling us what Spate is. It's like a crystal ball into the future.
Exactly. Spate is your digital trends platform that shows you what do consumers want, right? You see what's on the shelves, but what's the next magnesium? What's the next cortisol? And we're helping you understand the next 12 months of consumer behavior.
I love that. We got a lot of questions here. And the idea of predicting before you even know what you're going to buy yourself, I mean,
It's huge.
Yeah.
Well, what comes to mind for me is GLP-1 agonists, Ozempic, for example.
Right.
I think what we're seeing with consumers is they're concerned about GLP-1, right? They're worried about muscle loss, they're hearing the negative side effects, so they're looking for alternatives like Berberine, which is seeing a predicted growth of 45% in the next 12 months. They're also looking for butyrate. It's a little smaller, but it's another alternative they're looking for, according to Google search and TikTok data.
Seed oils, I think people have caught on to that. What's Spate seeing as it relates to these trends?
So we're here just to tell you what's happening with the conversation
Right.
of seed oils, right? We're not here to comment, but
Yeah.
there's a negative side, there's a positive side. What we're seeing is it's predicted to grow 20% in the next 12 months for seed oils. That's
A lot of
crazy.
people are talking about it.
We want to know what's in the products. We want to know that it's science-backed. Is this a big thing you're seeing with Spate?
Oh, 100%. I think at first with the supplement movement, it was, people were willing to buy everything, they're trying everything, but we've seen on TikTok, it's grown 600% in the past 12 months with views for the hashtag clinically proven. So it's definitely something that consumers are focused on. I think with magnesium, consumers are overwhelmed, like you were saying. There's so many different formats, different types, like what do I turn to? And you need to align yourself with clinically proven to be able to stand out as a brand in the magnesium space. So it's definitely not slowing down, but you need to be mindful with how you're positioning yourself. Prebiotics are gaining a lot of traction on TikTok. So that's the conversation that's happening with the younger generation. They're hungry for more, but it's more aligned with the drinks, with the Olipops and the Poppies of the world, where probiotic is seen as more of a supplement. So I think we're gonna see this shift more into the prebiotic space, and how can you add it to other product formats, like even a chocolate or a snack, right? We're seeing protein added to everything, why not prebiotic?
That makes sense. Hannah, thank you so much for
Thank
your
you.
insight.
It's been great.
Hannah. Energy isn't just about caffeine or calories. It's about how efficiently your cells produce and utilize it. Now, at the core of our vitality are the mitochondria, the powerhouse of our cells. They convert nutrients into ATP, the currency of cellular energy, fueling everything from brain function to muscle endurance. But as we age, mitochondrial efficiency declines, leading to fatigue, slower recovery, and reduced performance. So, how do we optimize our mitochondria? Well, nutritional science is leading the way. Key ingredients like CoQ10, L-carnitine, and peak ATP have been shown to enhance mitochondrial output, while adaptogens and strategic hydration combat oxidative stress. Now, this was a standout product for me this year because it contains peak ATP. In fact, it's one of my best in show this year. Now, peak ATP is a bioavailable form of ATP that bypasses the body's natural energy limitations, directly increasing cellular energy levels. And studies show it improves power output, muscle recovery, and endurance, making it a critical tool for high-performance individuals and active aging. Whether you're an athlete, biohacker, or just looking to elevate your daily energy, supporting mitochondrial health is the game changer. Because when your cells thrive, you thrive.
Well, that's our best in show from Expo West 2025. Bryce Wylde
and Brent Bishop bringing you the latest in immunity, energy, science,
and cutting edge trends. Folks, stay tuned for more 2026.
See you in 2026.
Look forward to it.